Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
There seems to be water coming through the light.
From outrageous owners to dodgy decor.
It's as if someone put a lot of thought and effort into making this one of the ugliest rooms I've ever seen.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
Cleanliness is a basic. I mean, this looks like some 9-year-old boy's bedroom.
Or her quest for perfection.
I've never seen a pinker bathroom in all my life.
This is for gay people, this room.
This week, a cheeky hotel makes Alex turn blue.
Oh, look, a bottom, a breast. And there's a pole. I just find it turns me off, actually.
It's black and white there. Black and white there. I don't know what she's getting on.
Obviously, you've been doing such an amazing job that you don't need any help at all from me.
The Who'd Have Thought It? An 8-bedroom, 4-star guest house located in the Kent village of Grafty Green. Run by 45-year-old Joe Mallet, a man with a taste for the finer things in life.
It would be an incredibly sad life if there was no champagne.
Joe has been popping corks in the family-owned business for the past 23 years, taking charge after being dragged home from the bright city lights by his mum.
He was up in London doing all the casinos, croupiering and everything, and I just worried about him, really.
Joe decided to bring some of the London glamour home, turning his parents' traditional pub into a champagne and oyster bar.
I'd been brought up in the pub game from a very early age, so I thought I knew everything about it, but really when I came to run it, I really knew very little. But 23 years later down the line, I think I know most things.
Oh, it's incredibly well balanced. Yeah, I think that's a winner.
But Joe's life in the fast lane often puts him on a collision course with mum and owner Joan, who's taken a back seat in the business.
When Joey is good, he's very, very good. And when Joey's bad, he's horrid.
Joan the Moan. She's still here. She's my mother, and I suppose, you know, they just do like to nag, and that's what they do best.
If he wasn't my son, he wouldn't be the manager here. But I just notice things all the time that are going wrong. And when you say anything, he says, don't interfere.
Keen for the rooms to reflect his own personality, Joe has set about creating Grafty Green's answer to the Playboy Mansion.
Some of them are very sexy, yeah.
This is my latest creation, so to speak. This is the Veuve Clicquot Champagne and Shoes room. I just love shoes. I love buying shoes, and I love buying women's shoes as well. I probably would be quite a wealthy man had I not spent it all on women's shoes. Not for myself, obviously. You know, we've had trouble with the roof, so we do need a little bit of support in the middle of the ceiling, just because it has been falling down a few times. No, really, it's a dance pole. Sorry, that's my cheeky little number that I put in there. Lots of erotic art, as you can see. Cost us £5 just for that table. I thought that's just a must for this room. Just think it sets it off lovely. Oh, yeah, there is a mirror on the ceiling, actually, a bit of a 70s throwback.
Joe's guest rooms are priced between £80 and £300 per night. But while business in the bar and restaurant holds firm, performance in the bedrooms is embarrassingly limp.
Our occupancy rates at the moment, yeah, they're really quite low at the moment. They're probably no more than 30%.
I wouldn't say business is good at all. It's a fight, isn't it, now to keep going.
With customers hard to find, Joan's worried that Joe's champagne lifestyle could make the business go pop.
he's my son, so I take responsibility for him. And I've just let him get away with being a playboy for too long, really.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the world's most exclusive establishments. Joe is hoping Alex can help make the good times roll again. But she's already confused about the challenge ahead.
Just coming up to the building now, and there's very odd signage. High-heeled stiletto shoe, and lots of dark red, and then a rather tatty motel sign, sending lots of mixed messages.
To find out where Joe and the Who'da Thought It is going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Joe?
Hi, Alex.
So nice to meet you.
To impress his distinguished guest, Joe's chosen his £300 a night champagne and shoes suite.
What's Daisy, then?
Well, Daisy, that's originally all the names of kind of aunts, etc. when my mother first did it 20-odd years ago.
Inside, it's enough to make Aunt Daisy blush.
Ooh, it's rather special. Did you do this yourself, or did you have someone help?
Yeah, all my own designs. Obviously, I must have a hidden talent. Obviously, you've got a big round cowhide bed, a 4-man hot tub, 2 tellies, a 50-inch and a 42.
And there's a pole.
Yeah, there is a dance pole, but I just tell people that's for support of the roof.
OK. Breakfast in the morning?
We don't really do a cooked breakfast.
So where is it? Is it served somewhere, or
It's in the room, and it's refrigerated in your room for you.
OK.
OK, enjoy
All
it.
right, thanks, darling.
So will Joe's design skills seduce the hotel inspector?
I don't know, this whole room feels very late 80s to me. Kind of flash, loads of money.
Well, I'm hoping she's going to be quite happy with the rooms. You know, she might want to decorate some of her hotel rooms like it, I'm sure. I don't want her to plagiarise my ideas.
All the empty champagne bottles doesn't really do it for me. You'd have to like cow for a start, because there's so much hide. You couldn't sell this room to a prudish vegetarian, could you? Feels a little bit tacky, seedy.
It's quite a unique place. Yeah, a little bit of everything, really, we do. Well, she could say anything, couldn't she? But I'm quite looking forward to a bit of input. I've got broad shoulders.
Why on earth is there a mirror on this door? Aha, so you can see yourself from every angle. Oh dear, I think I'm too old for all of this.
Next door, the decor's also more cheek than chic, housing Joe's personal collection of erotic art.
Oh, look, a bottom. A breast. You know, goodness sake, we're all over that, aren't we? No, nasty red beanbag. Obviously, Joe doesn't have very much imagination, because I think it's all a bit obvious. And I imagine if you're coming and spending quite a considerable amount of money every night, you'd want it a bit more upmarket than this. Frankly, it just turns me off.
But not all the rooms at the Who'da Thought It are quite so titillating.
Aha, this must be the Marie Antoinette suite. God, it's a bit old and tired, but I think it's a bit less controversial.
I did give my mother a free hand to just do a little room if she wanted to do. Not my favourite room, but, you know, no more. I will be designing all the rooms from now on.
Ooh. Tell you something for nothing, not much nocturnal activity could take place on that bed.
And the next room leaves her more than a little browned off.
I loathe the acres of poo brown there are everywhere. I mean, you know, brown light, brown wallpaper, brown doors, walls, picture frames, goodness sake, even brown suede curtains. It just seems to me that every room I've seen is another slightly shite offering in a different theme, without the theming. You know, you go from Playboy mansion to country house over the space of a courtyard. It's very confusing here and not very appealing.
Alex retires to her 4-man hot tub to ponder the scale of the task ahead.
I like the idea of the jacuzzi, but at the end of the day, it's a gimmick, and I can't see many people coming here just for this. The market for this kind of extravagance anyway is shrinking. What people want is really good service, really good food, and value for money. Joe seems like a typical 80s good time boy to me. And I'd like to know really what his commitment to the business is, what his work ethic is, you know, what he's prepared to do to keep this place going.
Well, hello, how you doing?
Flamboyant 45-year-old Joe Mallet manages the uniquely themed 8-bedroom Who'da Thought It in Kent on behalf of his mother Joan.
God, it's never been so clean.
But after 23 years in charge, occupancy rates have drooped, leaving the family jewel in danger of losing its shine.
It's a family heritage, really, so it's, you know, it is the Mallets, this place. You know, to actually give up and sell it, you feel like you're giving in.
They've called on Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi for help. After a comfortable night's sleep in Joe's £300 per night champagne and shoes suite, Alex breaks out breakfast.
Breakfast sandwiches. Unusual. Trusty cornflakes and some chocolate. Look at that. Smoked salmon with little slithers of cucumber. All this luxury for a £300 room. As a guest, I just feel like this is really taking the piss.
Unimpressed by her breakfast sandwich, Alex grabs front-of-house manager Laura for a behind-the-scenes chat.
Laura, you've been here how long?
About 9 months.
Do you like it here? What do you think's going wrong?
I do like it here. I love the customers and I love Joey. When he's good, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And you can't fault him.
Yeah.
And I love it and it gets everyone on such a high. But I think what's going wrong is Joey not being a boss when he should be a boss.
In what sense?
Organisation. We sort of just take it every day as it comes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alex has heard enough. With the hotel's profits in the red, urgent action is required. She sits Joe down to present her plans. First, the confusing messages found at every corner.
From the moment that you drive in, before you enter, there's an old gallows with a horrible old motel sign that is still hanging up there.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's from the heyday, from past years.
Next
Yeah.
to your champagne and oysters, very glitzy things. Yeah? In the rooms, you've got your very smart new room panels, plus a room number, plus the old dog-headed room names.
The confusion continues inside.
I thought, in general, there's a big disconnect between the very traditional rooms that you haven't done up yet, that were your mum's rooms, and the rooms that are the more contemporary rooms. You have to decide whether you want to do the contemporary route, I'm assuming you do, and whether you're going to continue the erotic theme, which I suggest you don't.
And I hate going to a hotel where all the rooms are exactly the same.
So you want to do very different rooms?
So ideally, they've got to be different, yeah.
I think that you have to make the rooms each then a little bit more different than they are. Put a bit of class back into, so that people feel like they're getting something special.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Next, Alex wants Joe to realise the party's over and he can no longer rely on guests splashing their cash.
Everyone is searching for deals and offers, and so you should have offers in place for every single period of the year.
Alex wants Joe to do more to attract the busy midweek corporate market, but not before he's sorted out that meagre breakfast.
To my horror, this morning I opened the fridge to find an egg sandwich and a smoked salmon sandwich.
Okay.
You know.
You don't like egg or smoked salmon then?
Well, darling, you have to have more than cornflakes, for God's sake.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And actually, corporate do not like to have breakfast in their rooms either. They like that whole thing. You get up,
Come
you
down,
shower,
get waited on, yeah.
you get waited on, you get in your car and you bugger off. I mean, all these little added extras people really care about now.
Okay.
And finally, Alex is worried that as a manager, Joe has lost his fizz.
I wonder if you've slightly lost your motivation.
Well, yeah, definitely I have, yeah. So it's been 23 years and you do kind of second recession you've been through, so yeah, I have lost motivation.
So being a good staff manager is incredibly important. It is good to keep people
Informed.
Yeah, and to do that you need structure, and I feel like that's missing here.
Point taken.
Alex leaves Joe with clear instructions on how to put the sparkle back into the Who'da Thought It.
I can see great potential in this place as a restaurant with rooms, but to do that well is going to take some thought.
She was short and sharp to the point. Her bark is a lot harder, worse than her bite, I'd say.
At the moment, I think the most important thing is that it goes back to the real core service values. Value for money, customer satisfaction. He gets his structure right to make sure he galvanises everything to achieve better things than he has in the last few years.
Alex has asked Joe to tackle the hotel's identity crisis, a task he grabs with both hands.
That's actually bigger than I thought. I'm not surprised you didn't notice it, but I suppose it's one of those kind of signs that, you know, you just walk past. It's like a butter dish in your house. You can never find it, but it's always there.
And what he lacks in subtlety, he makes up for in speed.
I think I've destroyed the rest of the sign, but we've got it off.
Next in line, the old-fashioned room names that contradict the contemporary interior.
My mother's aunts, all flowers, Daisy, Lily, Rose and Iris. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. She was always stubborn. I never knew there were so many. Good night, Fred. Oops. Good night, Iris. Come on. Oops, sorry, Dickie.
And it appears Joe's decided to pep up his lacklustre breakfast.
You can have a full English breakfast, grilled smoked salmon.
Put the breakfast menu on, I think she'll like that. So we're offering like a full English breakfast. We're going to do continental with like croissants and pastries and meats as well. All different kinds of juices. That's good. It's good. I'll definitely pass.
But when it comes to improving his management style, it seems there hasn't been the sea change that Alex had hoped for.
We haven't had any official staff meetings, but we're just building on what she said, and they are in the pipeline so we can all sit down and pull in the same direction.
You need a boss to be a boss, you know, and to be a manager. I used to have so much motivation and so much drive, and now it's just, it's going, and it's going quick.
Team morale is always important. I think anyone who's got their own business should have good staff morale. Without that, you're not going to succeed.
The Who'da Thought It in Kent, a struggling family business run by 45-year-old Joe Mallet, a man whose glass of champers is always half full.
I drink it when I'm happy and I drink it when I'm sad. I drink it when I'm not hungry and I drink it when I'm having a meal. Other than that, I don't drink it at all.
Having uncovered low staff morale, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi wants Joe to stand tall and start leading from the front. To help boost his feeble midweek trade, she wants him to target business travellers. With room prices as high as £300 per night, she also wants Joe to include a cooked breakfast as standard.
Joe's prices in this climate are completely unrealistic. The fact that he still isn't doing corporate packages, all that suggests to me that Joe's living in a bygone era. This is not the era of champagne anymore, believe me.
Alex is back. Impressed with Joe's work on tidying up the exterior, she wants to continue the clean-up inside the rooms. She hopes to build on the hotel's unique style, but to appeal to business clientele, she's planning something a little less in your face.
Gosh. OK, so looking at this room, I mean, reassuring as I'm sure you find it to have your personal collection on the walls, I don't think that everyone will feel the same about these representations of womanhood.
I did think twice when I first put them in, but
then you got used to the idea.
yeah, so I put them up and that was it, done. Job done, really.
I don't think that most people find this necessarily acceptable in a hotel room. And as we're trying to just make sure that you're busier during the week, I want to broaden the appeal.
Okay.
I've come up with the idea of a kind of gentleman's club decorated room. And then the other idea is a kind of geisha theme, Japanese theme. So that it's a bit more glamorous, a bit more luxurious, a bit richer, sumptuous. All those are words that people like.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Let's go with it, because I think that could be a good idea.
With a plan for a more tasteful bedroom design in motion, Alex is keen to learn more about Joe's new breakfast menu.
I really do think that we need to up the value for money side of things here.
Okay.
And I think breakfast is really important here, especially when you're selling a room for something like 300 quid a night.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes and no.
What's the no? Because I know the yes.
The add-ons that I'm going to be charging for breakfast. It's going to be £10 extra per head for cooked breakfast.
Even on a £300 a night room?
Yeah.
I think £10 a head is completely iniquitous.
OK, if you went to get juice, cup of tea, coffee and a meal, where would you pay anywhere?
I would pay that at a cafe, no problem, but not when I've just spent 300 quid staying the night somewhere.
Well, I'm quite happy to charge £10 a head and I don't think I'm going to budge on that.
OK. Ultimately, you know, we may see businesses differently. I think it's far more profitable to fill the rooms and throw in breakfast than it is not to fill the rooms because you're charging extra for breakfast. Either way, I think I'm right. No surprises there.
Well, I'm going to charge people for breakfast, regardless of what my room prices are. I still put the continentals in the room, so if they want the service of an extra of a cooked breakfast, then I'm going to charge for it £10 a head, and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Alex discovers further problems with Joe's communication skills while catching up with Laura.
So you're happy here at the moment, or not?
50-50.
What are your main gripes still?
Just management-wise. The management. If Joe just spent 5 minutes and said, right, this needs to be done, this is what we're going to do this evening, this is how it's going to go, this is how it's going to work, then I wouldn't have to bother Joe at all for the whole day.
So really, it's communication
Yes.
that's the biggest problem here.
Yeah,
So staff meetings, probably.
definitely. 100% needs to be done.
With Joe refusing to budge on breakfast and staff morale falling as fast as his profits, the alarm bells are ringing. Time's running out for the who'da thought it, so Alex drags Joe outside with his mother Joan, the owner, for a wake-up call.
I think you need to work on your management skills, Joe. I really do. What comes up is that there's not enough communication. And that comes from you, doll.
I'm really sorry, Joe, but I don't ever remember you having a staff meeting, ever.
Well, I do have them. I don't have them that frequently, but then you're not really down here to know that, are you? Well,
When did you have one?
when did I last have one?
Yeah.
In the kitchen 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but not with everybody.
No, I just said I didn't have it with everyone then.
But that's not a staff meeting. I think that's very important.
OK, we'll work towards having one of these once every fortnight, if not once a week.
I think you need to kind of just be a manager and make sure that you be a bit more jolly.
Now you think I'm a miserable old git, do you?
No, I don't, but I think you may come across as one.
And the rewards will be fantastic, Joe.
OK, but you agree? Staff meetings, communication, yeah?
Yes.
Just general, try a bit of joie de vivre.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Joe might be happy to keep smiling through adversity, but Joan is concerned her son is just paying lip service.
The trouble is, when you work for yourself, you don't take orders, do you? And he's got used to not taking orders, not even from me. Hopefully he's going to take some orders from Alex, because what's the point of it all if he doesn't?
With a plan to attract more midweek customers, Alex's design team get busy transforming 2 of Joe's rooms into uniquely themed but more business-friendly environments. Meanwhile, the once jaded Joe has discovered some newfound enthusiasm. He set up a stand at a local shopping centre where he's marketing the Who'da Thought It in his own inimitable style.
So when we're just chatting to people about the deals, if you can just ask them what was their favourite deal, what they think the best value for money is.
Following Alex's advice, he's come up with 3 attractive deals, all of which include breakfast.
I'm anticipating, a lot of interest, and I've got the best girls to sell the best products.
Hello, ladies. Can I introduce the Who'da Thought It to you? No? OK. I'm trying to find the pretty ones.
So basically, for £100, you get a one-night stay in a luxury jacuzzi room.
Half a bottle of champagne and a full English breakfast is down to £100.
My girls, they're fantastic. Yeah, they're just doing a great job. I mean, just look at them. Selling to their heart's content.
Is it your anniversary? Perfect for your anniversary.
With Alex's words ringing in his ears, Joe's as bubbly as his champagne.
Spring's in the air, isn't it? I've got a spring in my step, got my mojo back. When are you thinking of?
I'm getting married 27th of August.
Of August. That's my brother's birthday. If you give us a call, surely we might be able to do you a deal.
With bookings coming in thick and fast, it seems Alex was right. People are thirsty for deals and value for money.
I would go for the £150 deal because it sounds like the most value for money.
It seems good value for money, doesn't it? Yeah.
Look, what I'm going to take away from this is more of that, is get yourself out there and promote yourself. Regardless of what deals you do put on, if you're putting on something and putting yourself out and about, people will kind of be reminded where you are, and it's a fantastic marketing tool.
Do you see the poll?
Back at the hotel, the news isn't so great. It appears Joe's rediscovered joie de vivre isn't enough for Laura, who's decided it's time to say au revoir to the Who'da Thought It.
Well, Laura's decided to move on. She's moved to pastures new. She needed to move on, and I didn't, that wasn't a problem at all. There wasn't an issue between the two of us.
I am sad and frustrated because I never like to give up. I still think there's a lot of room for improvement. Staff meetings, they do need to happen. I just feel in my heart that it's time to go and shine somewhere.
Alex is back. She's heard about Laura's untimely departure and she's not impressed with Joe.
Last time I was here, I talked to him quite a lot about his relationships with his staff and his management style, and he promised me he was going to address quite a few issues. He obviously hasn't done that, and so now I'm going to have to wade in.
Alex wants Joe to improve on communication with his team. Currently, staff get information from a reception diary, but Alex wants to introduce a new chart-based system to keep each department up to date.
I always start off my week when I'm running a hotel with looking ahead at the diary and doing a little
When do you finish your week?
Well, I do a check every day. 7-day-a-week business, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I do usually a little chart, which I then update every day as to covers that I have booked, lunch and dinner every day, and rooms that I have out. So why don't we do that together?
OK, if you'd like to do that, yeah.
Well, how do you start your week? What do you do?
Well, obviously, we refer to the diary, see what bookings we've got in and how many rooms
It's
there
the
are.
thing of the flow of information, darling, that everyone knows exactly which areas of the hotel are busy, which areas aren't.
Well, obviously, it's black and white. The chefs come and check the diary to see what they have to do for that week and for that day, and the same with the maids.
Frustratingly for Alex, her words don't seem to be getting through.
OK, well, I just think I'm just going to let you do it exactly as you've been doing it until now, because obviously you've been doing such a fucking amazing job that you don't need any help at all from me. Why don't you just give it...
What are you trying to say, darling?
Because I'm just saying...
answering what you're saying.
No, I am saying that it is helpful to have on a chart for a week and some idea of when you're busy, when you're not. Of course, they can come and check the diary 6 times a day. I suggest that it's quite useful for people to know in advance how busy they're going to be and when they're going to be busy. It is just quite standard.
Of course they know that, because they have the diary, so they refer to.
I don't think that it's very good that staff have to keep coming back to a book to find out for themselves what is happening ahead. He should be communicating that to them. He should be in charge of the situation. Why would he not want to tell people what they should be concentrating on? Instead, he just leaves it all up to them. And that's why various aspects of this business are run so badly.
It's black and white there. Black and white there. I don't know what she's getting on.
You just said I don't see the point of that. They can come and look in the book.
Why should I do? What did you suggest I should do?
Or do a little chart for yourself about who covers morning and evening and rooms that are let, so that you can communicate to staff rather than them having to come and find out information from you, so that you're communicating to them, so that you're being a manager and handing down the information. Okay. Right, so...
After a quick lesson in the importance of clear communication...
You can basically understand what I'm trying to do is build up a picture of the week, so especially at a glance.
OK, we'll crack on with that.
Alex calls the staff together to demonstrate the benefits of regular meetings.
Welcome to what I hope will be the first of many staff meetings that Joe's going to hold. I think it's very important that there's a flow of communication. This is a small business, and the more information you have, the better you are at going out and selling the place for Joe. Correct?
Correct.
Is there anything that you would like to have in staff meetings?
No, just all sitting around a table, I think, is getting the ball rolling in the right direction. So I think that in itself is all we need, really.
Sometimes if there's a couple of you on, sometimes it can be a bit wishy-washy and no one's quite sure what they're meant to be doing. So for someone to say, that's what you should be doing, to just get on with it, I think that would help.
So, Joe, I'm going to hold you to this. You've got a few weeks until my next visit, and I expect a staff meeting every week, darling, please. Yeah?
Yep.
Thank you very much.
It appears Joe may be growing into his role as manager.
Of course it's important, because everything starts from the top down. If you've got, or from the roots up or whatever. So if you've got bad roots, you're not going to have lovely flowers, are you?
With Joe seeming more on side, it's time for Alex to reveal her makeover to mother and son.
This is the traditional gentleman's club room.
To attract the midweek corporate market, Alex has taken one of the empty staff rooms and given it a classy gentleman's club theme. Still unique, but more in keeping with what business customers might expect.
I think it's just transformed it. It's amazing.
They're good. Love it.
Yeah.
The Red Room, once home to Joe's own erotic art collection, has also enjoyed an extensive facelift.
Very nice.
Which I hope you'll agree is, again, quite classy.
It's now a tasteful Japanese geisha room, still sensual and exotic, but now palatable to both men and women.
The idea is that, again, it just shows you that when you do a theme, you have to really try and do it as nicely as you possibly can.
A bit more feminine, but still, yeah, good. Nice, clean lines. I like it.
Love it to bits.
Thank you, darling.
With his new, more corporate-friendly rooms, there's one final challenge for Joe.
You've now had some practice in putting packages together, so I'd like you to put one more different package together specifically for corporate customers. It should include breakfast, and you should go and sell it to various companies and then invite them to an open day here. I'd like you to showcase everything that the Who'd Have Thought It has to offer. I'd like to see you being life and soul of the party, casting your bonhomie about the place.
Oh, that won't be a problem.
OK, good.
For the past 3 months, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi has been helping Joe Mallet turn around the Who'd Have Thought It in Kent. When she first arrived, Alex discovered a hotel with a unique style. But the erotic theme has been failing to arouse much interest from guests. Alex has asked Joe to organise an open day to show off his new business-friendly hotel. So he heads into town to work his charm on Kent's business VIPs.
And the idea is to show you what we do at the Who'd Have Thought It. All the rooms are different, they're all themed. And that's from £149. That's a whole day of the corporate stuff.
OK, thank you very much.
And what I'd like to do is see you tomorrow at 11:30 for a little surprise at Port Manor Church. Don't worry, we're not getting married.
Joe can't resist organising a typical Who'd Have Thought It surprise.
I'm after a little favour again. What better than my top mate Scotty to lend us some real naughty car?
It's the big day, and Joe is feeling confident.
Am I going to be worried? Not at all, no. I'm so used to doing events, so really is walk in the park.
Taking Alex's advice about clear communication, he's even got time to give his staff a thorough briefing.
Right, Karen, as you know, we've got this corporate event today and everyone's turning up early. OK, ladies, what we've got today is we've got this corporate event we're running. We're going to be meeting people at the top of the hill in their cars, where I want you to get out of the cars all elegantly with champagne, offering them to the guests. But I want all the rooms done with the doors open so we can show the corporate people around when they come down about 12:30.
OK, Joe.
Thanks, Karen. Cheers.
Alex has returned to see if Joe's ready for the challenge.
This is a really big day for the Who'd Have Thought It. I hope Joe realises that and he has everything ready. And I hope he doesn't forget what it is that we're trying to achieve, which is to introduce the Who'd Have Thought It to some new potential business clients. Because if he doesn't, he's going to sink.
While Joe organises the surprise, Alex catches up with Chef James to see if morale has improved, along with Joe's communication skills.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, good.
Has there been any staff meetings since I was last
Yeah,
there?
we've had a staff meeting.
No bloody way.
Yeah, we actually had a staff meeting.
Yeah?
It was quite productive, allowed people to get things off their chest. We implemented a few systems.
I'm also very surprised to see that Joe's using the kind of system that I suggested to him.
I think you've given him a good tool. It does help quite a lot, yeah.
Good, Donny, thank you.
With the hotel and staff ready, it's time for Joe to face one of the biggest challenges of his management career. The business VIPs have access to thousands of corporate clients, many of whom require accommodation. If the open day goes well, the future of the Who'd Have Thought It could be secure. Get it wrong, and Joe's business could go flat.
OK, ladies, thank you for turning up to the Who'd Have Thought It experience. We're going to give you a glass of champagne, and then we've got a little surprise for you to take you down to the Who'd Have Thought It, where we're going to show you some rooms and we'll have a little party.
With so much at stake, Joe's pulling out all the stops. He's decided his VIPs deserve some TLC. So he's arranged to meet his guests 2 miles up the road for a true Who'd Have Thought It surprise.
Your chauffeur's away.
Joe's guests will be transported to the hotel by a fleet of classic cars. It's certainly got the ladies talking.
There's no back seat. Oh, there is no back seat on this one.
That's fine, thank you.
With his guests safely delivered to the hotel, Alex is keen to remind Joe of the importance of his role.
Now, Joe, remember these are your guests, so you can be the life and soul now.
Absolutely. Well, she has to complain about everything, doesn't she? But there's not really. I don't think there's anything she can really complain about. But she does like a moan, doesn't she? Let's be fair. I mean, you wouldn't want to live with her, would you?
But Joe may have taken Alex's advice too literally as he puts his heart and soul into showing off his pride and joy.
All right, ladies, this is our top suite. This is the champagne and shoes room.
I see why. I'm not so keen on the...
No, I know. Not a lot of people are. Maybe it's kind of...
It's not very businessy.
No. It's not very busy, but it does hold the building up nicely.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Joe's breakfast arrangements also raise eyebrows.
You mentioned that with the rooms that
Yes.
breakfast wasn't included.
No, breakfast isn't included. It's £10 extra for the normal stay here.
Is it negotiable?
Well, I think
Yeah.
for the corporate rate, it is included.
That's it. No, corporate rate definitely included. For the normal stay, it's £10 extra, but for the corporate deal, definitely yes, that's all included. Yes.
I think most places do these days, so it's quite unusual for it not to be included.
Shall we?
Fortunately, Alex's newly designed business-friendly rooms ride to the rescue.
Yeah, the attention to detail, and I love the little teapot with the cups and the little...
You can kneel down like they do in Japan.
Very nice indeed.
Good, good, good.
After a faltering start, Joe's charm seems to be finally shining through. He's following Alex's advice, offering deals and impressing his guests.
Do you ever do an inclusive package?
If they wanted 2-course meal included, we can, not a problem to do that, to have a dinner, bed, breakfast package for them. It's not a problem at all.
But has Joe impressed the corporate clients enough to breathe new life into the Who'da Thought It?
For our business, we would be looking to put international distributors up in accommodation, and I think this accommodation is different, and therefore it is something that may well appeal to them.
I could easily see us booking in some rooms for people who've got further to travel and, you know, don't want to stay in a standard hotel.
I absolutely love all the different styles of rooms. My particular favourite is the shoes and champagne room. That's really a bit naughty but very nice.
It looks as though Joe has pulled it off. The business guests are clearly impressed.
Now, I'm sure you want to tell me how ecstatically happy you are that I came here to help you
Alex,
so much.
I'm ecstatically happy you came.
Liar.
No, that's true.
That's true.
It got me out of the doldrums. It got me at it. Got me back to myself. Well, I'm really enthusiastic, and I think that's the most important thing. If I'm enthusiastic, everyone else is going to be enthusiastic.
Yeah, of course they are, Joe.
You're even making me smile as you say that. Look.
Yeah. And isn't he lovely when he's lovely?
I always knew it was going to be a battle of wills with Joe. However, Joe has started making corporate deals. If anything is going to help the Who'd Have Thought It survive through the summer and into the winter, it's going to be the deal making.
I've enjoyed it. It's given me the buzz again for the place, and that's the most important thing. Alex is going to leave here knowing she's going to come back, because this is a bit of her, and she knows it.